Okay, so how can training for distance running, whether you're training for 5K, 10K, half marathon, ultramarathon, how can that make you better at getting dates? Now, it doesn't matter whether you're male, female, trying to get girls, trying to get boys, it doesn't matter. This applies. As a distance runner, we're looking at things a little bit different. It's a strange sport, distance running, because it's going to take you a while to get good, whether it comes naturally to you or not. It's going to mean that you have to get used to delayed gratification, meaning you're going to put some hard work in right now, but this is not going to pay off for 3 or 6 months. You're going to learn to fail. You're going to show up and you're going to try and run a personal best. You're going to fail. How does that feel like? We get to deal with failure, and hopefully we learn that as a kid on the sports field, so it's much easier to absorb that failure when you get into real life failure, like not getting a job, not getting the girl, not getting a house, whatever it may be. How does that feed back into dating currently? Now, if you're in 2024, what you probably do if you're looking for dates is you probably sign up for an app, let's say Tinder, and you probably start to swipe. And you look at a girl's profile picture. Most of you will be doing this. You look at a girl's profile picture and you say yes or no based on one picture. That's it. Maybe girls look at it a little bit differently and will actually tap into a profile, especially the guys that have said yes to them and they're tapping through to see what they're all about. The chances are that you're probably putting the best version of yourself out there. So you're probably putting you looking the most handsome you've ever looked in your nice suit that you went to somebody's wedding in, and you're looking the part. You don't currently look like that. You're probably taking the picture from you at the beach where you are absolutely physically in the shape of your life, looking great. You're probably putting that up there as well. Again, it's false pretense. You're probably putting a picture up of your lifestyle and what that looks. I see this a lot, where people are putting a picture of their cars, where they live, all these different things. What that does is creates, and exactly the same on both sides, boys and girls, it creates, this is what I'm selling. It's me inside a big package. Massive, massive mistake, because that's going to attract a certain type of person. She's not looking for you, she's interested in the whole package. Massive mistake, and it's gonna cost you a lot. And when you're swiping, yes, no, 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 yeah, whatever it is, yeah? When you're swiping, that's you as if you're searching for a job, quick applying on LinkedIn, thinking, I made 500 job applications this week. You're kidding yourself if you think that's the case. If you said yes to 100 girls on Tinder, you're kidding yourself if you think you've approached 100 girls. And how you're also kidding yourself is when 2 of them come back, and that makes you feel good about yourself, because instantly they've come back and they must be interested, and you get to see their profile, and maybe you look at all 5 photos, and maybe you even read the bio. All of a sudden, oh my God, yeah, she likes me. 98 girls have rejected you. That's the thinking that you should be in. So how do we fix that? As guys, how do we fix that? And if you're a girl as well, it absolutely applies to you, I promise you. But how do you fix it? We're marathon runners, we're distance runners. We're used to the tenacity, the resilience. We're used to the delayed gratification. We're used to failure and how to get the feedback from failure and go again and go better. We're used to looking at this as a long game. So how do we feed that back into dating? You date right now, most people, I'm talking like 99% of people, are going online and going to dating apps like Tinder, or they're going to Instagram and DMing people. And they think it's a numbers game, but it's not. Because the top 10% of guys are mopping up all the girls. Because they've not just listed that lifestyle that was the perfect day when they looked great, the perfect day we were physically fit, the great car, all that, they've actually got that stuff. So if you're competing against those guys, when you're saying yes or swiping yes to a girl, you're joining cues that you don't even want to be in. Here's how to fix it. We already know what it feels like to fail. Get used to doing this. Book the trend. Get used to approaching girls. Whether it's out in the street, whether it's in a restaurant, whether it's after the gym, try to stay away from girls in the gym and leave them in a safe space, but approach them with your personality. When I was growing up in Manchester, from 16 to 20 years old, I had this with my friends. The goal, of course, you want to get the girl's number. You want to take the girl for a coffee the next day. You want to maybe buy her a drink instantly there on the spot. You want that instant return, that instant reward. What I had with my friends was, I'm going to try and make her smile or make her laugh. And we're going to learn how to do it. We didn't know we were learning and practicing skills. But if you can get to the point where you can approach a girl, make her feel safe, make sure that she doesn't feel boxed in or in a weird situation, Let her know that you're not a weirdo and just try to make her smile and try to make her laugh. If you do that, you've got the chance. Firstly, you've got the chance to have a conversation with you. And maybe that's a good conversation, you want to take that somewhere. It could just be as simple as asking her then for coffee the next day. I know you're busy right now with your friend. What you've shown is you've got the courage to do that. You're willing to fail because you value her enough by what you've seen so far in order to be willing to fail. To be willing to be laughed away. And that's the worst that can happen. She can laugh at you, her friends can laugh at you. She might say you're ugly, whatever it might be. It says more about her if she doesn't appreciate that situation than it does about you. It's exactly the same if you approach a job face to face and they laugh at you. It's not the company you want to work for. It's exactly the same. But what you get from doing that is you build an ability to get better at that, to get better at approaching girls. You become more confident in it, so your game improves, for want of a better term. You become better at making girls laugh or making girls smile, and you know when to do it and when not to do it. And so it's not a numbers game, it's a quality game, because you only want to approach girls that you really want to sort of pursue. But in order to do that, and once it gets to the point where you may meet or see the woman of your dreams or the woman you want to marry, whatever you want to say about this, then you're ready, you're prepared, and you know kind of how to handle that situation. What we're seeing now in the world is guys are coming across, some guys and girls and people are coming across money very, very easily. There's nothing more sad than a guy at 25, 30 years old with loads of money who has no ability to talk to girls or no ability to approach girls and understand how to handle girls, because it's likely, because he has all the toys that girls want, it's likely that he's going to get approached by girls and girls will be in his DMs on Instagram or whatever. So he's putting out a real message and getting that, but he doesn't know how to handle it because he's never been approached in this way before. Divorces. He loses half his money. We see it all the time with sports stars, but it's happening in reality all the time. It just doesn't make the headlines. To get good at approaching girls, have fun with it. Realize if somebody laughs you off the park, her and her friends laugh at you, oh well, you know, I tried, I had my hat in the ring, which is exactly the same as you going to a race that you don't know you can complete and failing. I promise you, you think in the moment that that's horrible. You think it's horrible. It's the best thing that could possibly happen when you fail in a marathon or you fail in a 5K or 10K and you cannot do it because A, you've tried to do something that you cannot currently do. You've gone faster than you thought you could, or you tried to go as fast as you possibly could. The wheels fell off, it didn't work. It's going to provide you regroup, and the fact that you get up and go again, that's courage, because you've seen and felt how it feels to fail, and yet you're still going at it. It's exactly the same with girls, it's exactly the same with dating. If you get good at that, and you can start to approach the right people at the right time in the right situation and make them feel comfortable, you'll never, ever, ever be short of dates. Never short of dates. Wherever you are in the world, you'll always be able to strike up a conversation, and those don't necessarily need to be dating conversations. Imagine if you've got that skill and ability, imagine what that does for your career in terms of you approaching the CEO or the managing director of a big company you want to work for. You can relate this back to jobs as well. When you're quick applying on LinkedIn and job sites, you stupidly get into the thought that you've applied to 500 jobs this week. You've absolutely not. You've applied to no jobs because you've quick applied. Unless you get super lucky because each one of those is receiving tens of thousands of applications, you've not actually moved forward in your job search. And you've certainly not known or had any feedback whether your CV is any good, whether your interview skills are any good, whether your approach is any good. To use this in whatever facet of your life you needed, but this is about dating. If you've got anything from this video to help you, I know it's usually off topic, but it does relate to distance running. Tenacity, resilience, the drive, the dedication, the determination. For me, work ethic is way better than talent, which means in the dating world, you being super good looking, you having a great, incredible car, a great apartment, whatever, is nothing if you cannot approach the right girl that you want to speak to and pursue that, and pursue it in a respectful way. Good luck.